Clark spelled out the scale of disaster. The industrialized slaughter of the British Army at Neuve Chapelle, Loos, and Second Ypres in 1915. In the first 2 hours of Loos alone, more British soldiers died than the total number of casualties on both sides on D-Day 1944. Clark accused the donkeys, and in particular the donkey-in-chief General Douglas Haig, commander on the Western Front, of criminal misconduct. After the first wave of jingoism had swept the whole of Europe in August 1914, an eerie calm returned. Casualties mounted, mutinies were reported, bungling generals made the situation worse. Wounded soldiers on furlough informed their families of the realities on the battlefield, and slowly the virus of national chauvinism began to abate. An anti-war mood in the trenches spread to the major cities of Britain, France, and Germany. The politicians who had engineered the war developed the most diabolical propaganda machines, with Britain in the lead. The German propaganda Führer in the next war, Goebbels, admitted that many of his ideas for spreading fake news had been inspired by the example set by the British in the previous war. By contrast, Kipling's wretched doggerel in the Times a month into the war was relatively moderate. For all we have and are, for all our children's fate, stand up and take the war. The Khan is at the gate. This war, both as it was being fought and after it was over, became known to many from all sides of the class, national, and political divides as a bad war. Even Kipling, who regarded the Germans as subhuman, was shaken to the core when his son died. The Bard of Empire had pulled strings to ensure that his son, despite his poor eyesight, was enlisted. In the end, only his spectacles were discovered on the battlefield at Loos, his body lost forever in an unmarked grave. Fate had dealt the poet a cruel blow. If any question why we died, tell them because our fathers lied. Were those words purely personal, or did they have a political intent as well? The war poets were for the most part scathing about the war in which they participated. Siegfried Sassoon spoke for many veterans in his poem Base Details. If I were fierce and bold and short of breath, I'd live with scarlet majors at the base and speed glam heroes up the line to death. You'd see me with my puffy, petulant face, guzzling and gulping in the best hotel, reading the Roll of Honor. Poor young chap, I'd say. I used to know his father well. Yes, we've lost heavily in this last scrap. And when the war is done and youth stone dead, I'd toddle safely home and die in bed.